Should have been 53 or 53.
Yeah. And they led Jesus away to the high priest, and with him were assembled all the chief and all the chief priests and the elders and scribes.
Yes.
I was
Starting. Might be 63 or 62 or 63 or 63, yeah.
and the high priest rent his clothes, and said, "What need we any further witness?"
No, not get this up further. Because he told right there, might be 60. High priest. Well, basically, yeah. Basically, the Lord didn't say. He basically, to get to the point, is the Lord didn't say um, much of anything to these people, man. Um, yeah, see it. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Just go to that the 53, the Isaiah 53. It's basically talking about the same thing, but this was preordained, prophesied that the Lord was going to be smitten, hit. Oh my, what was matter of fact? Let me see if I can.
Well, that's Isaiah 53.
Jesus. Yes, yeah, Isaiah 53 and 7. I believe it was 7.
Okay. Isaiah 53, verse 7. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter,
Right.
and as a sheep before her shears is dumb, so he opened not his mouth.
Right. And he opened not his mouth. Because we got to get to the point of, though we've been afflicted, we're not murmuring, basically. You know what I mean? That's basically the point I wanted to make on that because, um, I mean, first and foremost, I'm talking about myself because I murmur sometimes. I complain. I mean, we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that mentality of complaining, murmuring, because the Lord is, He's basically trying to um, to make you better, to make you be able to withstand and to be able to come and to make you into the new creature, to make you into the new creation, to be like Him unto Him, right? because he got beaten, he got afflicted. You know what I mean? Yeah, go to Luke 22. See, that's what I said. Most of that shit was in 22. Luke 22 and 64. That's what I think keep telling me to keep.
Luke 22, 19 or
64.
64. Luke 22, 64. And when they had blindfolded him,
Right, going into the same thing like what Isaiah 53 and 7, because they afflicted him, they blindfolded him, right?
and struck him on the face and asked him, saying,
Prophesy. Yeah.
prophesy, who is it that smote thee?
Smote thee. Yep. Hit you. Basically mean hit him. Who is that smote thee or hit him? Prophesy. Prophesy. You know, they laughing, mocking him.
Because they
But
had him blindfolded.
They're blindfolded. They said, prophesy. Tell me who hit you. And they're laughing about it, right? But it was prophesied in Isaiah, which Isaiah lived hundreds of years before the Lord was born. But they want to tell you that this book is a fairy tale book, right? He was born hundreds of years before the Lord was born, and still prophesied about how the Lord wasn't going. He was going to be smitten and not say a word, right? Go ahead.
And Luke 22:65, and many other things blasphemously spake they against him. And as soon as it was day, the elders of the people and the chief priests and the scribes came together and led
Scribes, yeah. Chief priests and the scribes, yeah.
and led him into their council, saying, Art thou the Christ? Tell us. Art thou the Christ? Tell us.
Right, which means anointed, which means Messiah. They want to know if he was the anointed Messiah. And they wanted to tell him, but he said, tell us.
And he said unto them, If I tell you, ye will not believe.
Right, because he basically already, he did it without words. Like, I've already healed the blind. I healed the lame. Woke up the dead. Right before everybody. And you're still asking me, am I him? I mean, there's angels stirring the pool of water where Israelites can walk down into the water and be healed. And that's even without the Messiah being there. When he went to the guy that were at the pool of water, the Lord wasn't there. It just said an angel stirred up the water, and that's without the Lord being there. So you mean he happens to be there around this time period, right? And all these miracles and all these things that happen, and you're asking, who is he? Is he the Messiah? Is he the Messiah? Tell us. Well, he said, look, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. If I speak to you earthly things, how would you understand me about spiritual things? You wouldn't. Right? Go ahead.
And if Luke 22:68, and if I also ask you, ye will not answer me, nor let me go. Hereafter
nor will you let me go. You're not going to answer me. And basically, you don't have a reason to hold me here. And you're not going to let me go. But it was prophesied that they weren't going to let him go. Right? Go ahead.
Hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of God.
Woo!
Then said,
Yeah. Hallelujah.
then said, they all art thou then the Son of God? And he said unto them, Ye said, ye say that I am.
Right? You say that I am.
And they said, what need we any further witness? For we ourselves have heard of his own mouth. Next 23.
No, the what was it? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go into the Exodus thing.
Next is
Oh wait. Let's see. Do the no
Numbers.
no Exodus the 6th.
Exodus 6, 11. Chapter 11.
Hold on. No, go to Exodus 4 and 22 first. Because we gotta get that.
And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith
And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thou sayest, Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto thee, Let my son go.
Right? And the Lord said, "What?" Because ultimately, this is where um, um yeah, go back up and do it again.
22.
Yeah.
And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thou says the Lord, Israel is my son.
You might as well just go to 21 first. Might as well, so that way you go into it, so it makes it more easier. Because then you flow into it a little bit.
And the Lord said unto Moses, When thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thine hands, in thy hands. Right. But I will harden his heart.
Right, and the similar thing. What are we doing as the nation of Israel? It's a miracle that we were all into the conditions and the wines and philosophies of America, but now we have come out and we're standing upon our feet in a exceedingly great army, as into teaching and knowing that we are the Israelites, whether they tell us or not. We know who we are, right? We know that we're the Israelites. So it's the same thing. We're going before, like it says, shake the hands at the noble at the gates, right? Go ahead.
But I will harden his heart that he shall not let the people go.
Right, and that's the same thing that they're doing right now, right? Go to Isaiah 61:1. Isaiah.
61:1.
Yeah.
Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me
Right.
to preach
Good tidings
unto the meek. He
Right.
has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captive, and
Right, because that's where we're at. We're captive. We're in America.
and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of the Lord, to confront all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty of ashes,
Beauty for ashes.
the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praises for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called tree of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified.
Right. Wait. The what?
The planting.
The planting. So what we're doing, we're dropping seeds. We're planting. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord said that we're what? Husbandmen. So we're planting the seed. So we're planting. What is it? What are we doing?
The planting of seeds.
The planting of seeds.
To anoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty and
Beauty
ashes.
for ashes. That's right.
The oil of joy.
Right, because
mourning.
we're at the lowest state. We're in the ghettos, the barrios, and the reservations. But the Lord said, if you come to me, you come back to him, he's going to give you beauty for the ashes, which you actually deserve. Because what? We have broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So the Lord said that what? He will send us into all nations via Deuteronomy 28 and 64. He said what? If you disobey all my commandments, going into Deuteronomy 28 and 15, all these curses should come upon you and overtake you, right? So all these curses that came upon us and overtook us. So that's no thing unto the Most High. That's unto us. We have done that thing. But the Lord said, look, come unto me and I will give you beauty for ashes. Right?
The oil of the joy of mourning, the garment of praises for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planted of the Lord, that he might be glorified.
Yeah.
And they shall build.
Go. They shall what?
They shall build the old waste.
Oh, they shall build the old waste. And that's ultimately what we're doing. Dealing with us being the third temple. We're building the old waste. Because the Lord said he dwell in not temples made with hands. The Lord said that the kingdom of heaven is within you. So the kingdom of heaven, what we're all lively stones, spiritual bricks. Right? Go ahead.
And they shall build up from old waste. They shall raise up the former desolation, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolation of many generations.
Right, and that's what we're doing. The fathers, through Abba Bibbins, which we believe is Elijah, the reincarnation of John, came into this world around the 60s, the 70s, the early late 60s, early 70s, and sprung forth this truth. Now he have everything? No, but the foundation of the commandment keepers unto him bringing in and understanding that we needed a savior, and then bringing in Masha, Arya, uh, High Priest Shah, all those older, which I wasn't around, but obviously we're here now because of those men's labor, right? Go ahead. Where you at? What it say?
Four.
What it say? It
Five. And the stranger shall stand and feed.
oh yeah.
And the stranger shall stand and
feed thy flock.
Yeah, feed that flock.
Right. That's going into Esau, going into slavery,
and
or even the other nations too, but mostly Esau.
And
right.
And the son of the Eli shall be your plowman.
Plowman. Yeah. But that's going into something else. Go to Isaiah. Was it 42:7?
Yeah, 42:7. Isaiah 42:7. To open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison's house.
Right. That's ultimately what we're here to do. What was it again? To open the eyes, right? Which is the eye salve. Open up your eyes with the spirits, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible, because you got to have wisdom. It says, let wisdom be thy sister or thy mother, and understanding thy kinswoman. So you got to have wisdom, but with wisdom you got to have understanding. With all thy getting, get understanding. Right? What the scriptures tell you. Right? Go ahead.
I am the Lord, that is my name.
No, go back to that. Yeah. 7.
To open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit.
Wait, go up to 6. Yeah, that ain't bad. Yeah, start 6.
I call.
Just Isaiah 42:6.
Right. Isaiah 42:6. I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness.
Right. Call thee. Let's see what the definition of called. Was it Spanish. This is called to call out, cry out, proclaim. Oh, the Lord said, proclaim. Okay, wait a minute. What's the definition of proclaim? What is the definition of proclaim? Announce officially, publicly. The joint, was it manifestatious, proclaim. Let's see. Let's look at root word declare. say something in a solemn and in emphatic manner. Woo! That's what that means. Saying something in a solemn and an emphatic manner. Wow. So what was that? What did he say again? What is it?
I, the Lord, have called thee in
I
righteousness.
am the Lord that called thee in righteousness. So he called us in saying something in a solemn and emphatic manner.
And will hold thy heart and will hold thy hand and will keep thee and give thee for a covenant
Right.
of a people, for a light of Gentiles.
Right, which is talking about other Israelites, not the Gentiles of the other nations. That's talking about other Israelites. But go back to the Exodus. Yeah, because I'm trying to find it. I don't know why it's not pulling up. Oh, I think it's there. Oh yeah, that's what it is. I know. I thought it was, but I couldn't. Yeah, go back. Did you go back to that?
Exodus, same one?
Yeah, because I wanted to.
Is it 12:8 or?
Yeah, no, it was the 6th.
Yeah. Okay. Go and speak on Exodus 6, verse 11. Go and speak unto Pharaoh. Go and speak unto Pharaoh's king of Egypt that he let the children of Israel go out of his hand.
Right, that he let the children of Israel go out of his hand. Let's go to, let me see. I'll do it. See. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 17. That made the world as, matter of fact, let's go up. And they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, right? Dealing with Esau, Edom, right? Going into that, what you were just talking about, how they're going to go into slavery, right? They of the stranger shall feed that flock, right? But this is going into how you're going to be down, desolate at the bottom, right? I'm just going into this above it, just so it goes into the whole thing, because I was just going to just get the point, but I'm gonna go into, and they that shall see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man, right? Which proves that, because above that it talks about Lucifer, so it proves to you that Lucifer, it's talking about as just a man, not the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about the Illuminati. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, right? Do Hiroshima, Nagasaki, when you made the world to shake, and you're going to make it shake again with these ICBM missiles, right? Because you made the world shake as far as fear and trembling, but you're going to make the world shake with these ICBM missiles because the Lord said it should be like a drunkard reeling to and fro, right? With the missiles hitting on that side of the world, the missiles, is this the man that caused the world to tremble, caused the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses of prisoners? And that's ultimately what you have been doing, is not opening the houses of the prisoners, right? What was that? That Exodus?
Yeah.
No. I was go back to Exodus.
6:11.
Yeah. Because ultimately, that's the symbolatry of how what the Lord said about Pharaoh. Because he said, I'm going to tell you to tell him to let me free, but I'm going to harden his heart, and he's not going to let you go. And that's ultimately where we're at now. Because what? We woke up, we rose up, we know that we're the Israelites, but you refuse to say, you know what? These are the Israelites. Hey, we spent billions of dollars trying to keep you in the dark. At least at this point, you should be like, you know what? Yeah, y'all got us. Y'all the Israelites. Fuck it, you know. But you're not doing that. So ultimately, that is ultimately the Lord hardening your heart, just like Pharaoh. Watch what it say.
Go and speak unto the Pharaoh king of Egypt that he let the children of Israel go out of his hand. And Moses spake before the Lord, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened.
Right, same thing what's going on right now. Split. Hey, is this not splitting image? Because the Lord saying, go before these Edomites, go before the whole world, go on YouTube, go on these platforms, Facebook, Instagram, what is that shit? TikTok, Twitter, go on all these platforms. Let them know that you're the children of Israel. Tell them these motherfuckers need to let you go. But the children of Israel, what?
Unto me.
No, go back. Wait, go.
And
Moses said.
And Moses spake before the Lord, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me.
The children of Israel, and that's still happening today. I go out there week in and week out, and they don't want to hearken. Keep going.
How then shall Pharaoh hear me?
Sure.
Who am I of circumcised lips? And the Lord spake to Moses and unto Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel. And
charge. What do charge mean? Let's see. Let's go definition of charge. Definition of charge. Oh wait. Definition of giving charge. Exchange. Well, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, let's try that one. That might be a little bit better. It says if someone charges someone an amount of money, oh, that's amount of money. That's No, hold on. Look at the. Anthem of the people. Give charge. Phrase to early meaning loaded weapon. Lead in impulse bonds. Enter a debt. Oh wow. Against right. It's just, yeah. That's probably more what it is. Yeah, because I was looking for charge to be meaning something because they keep going into debt.
Yeah.
It says enter a debt against is to enter a debt. Well, the Lord died for us, right? That's what we're here to talk about, right? During the Passover, the Lord died for us. Ultimately, you're indebted to the Lord for that. That's why you're supposed to go out on the highways and the byways. So He gave charge. So basically, like debt, like you're in debt. You're indebted to this. Like it's like your duty. Like what the Apostle Paul say on First Corinthians 12. Let me see. What is that? Maybe it's Romans. Slovakia. I think it's. Yeah. It's Romans 12. Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the miracles, the mercies, by the mercies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, right? Which basically saying you're in debt. As a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, which is your reasonable service. So ultimately, that's basically what the Lord is going into. That's you're in debt. He gave charge, and charge is basically everything is saying. I thought charge meant because when you're a kid, they taught you you're in charge or you're charged. So you think, okay, I'm supposed to be. No, it's like you're in debt. You're indebted to do this type of thing. Like it's your duty. Cause say like you're the big brother, right? And your mom and your dad leaves, right? Yeah. When they say that you're in charge, it's basically saying you're indebted to do this because you're the big brother. That's basically what it has to be saying. You're indebted to do this. You're the older sibling. You're indebted. So ultimately, even it's saying, Israel, you're my firstborn. You're indebted to do this. Go ahead. Which is your reasonable service, is what the Apostle Paul said. Keep going. I think you started at 11, so you went a little bit past 11.
Okay, 13. Exodus 6:13. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, and gave them charge unto the children of Israel, and unto the Pharaoh king of Egypt.
Charge, which means now we know what that means. Indebted. Now you're indebted to do these things. What? He gave what?
To bring.
He gave charge what to what? To Pharaoh.
To Pharaoh the king of Egypt, to bring.
He gave charge by saying now you're indebted. I'm giving charge to you. You're indebted to what?
To bring the children of Israel.
To bring the children of Israel
out of the land of Egypt.
Out of that land of Egypt. Now you're indebted to do this. But then the Lord said that he was going to harden his heart, though.
These be the heads of their father's house.
Who? These be the who?
These be the head.
The head. Not talking about through the mother, like these so-called Jewish say, well, as long as my mother, that means I'm Jewish. No. These be the heads of what? Of their father's house. And it tells you that through the whole entire Bible. It's through the father, through the father, through the father. You can't be what is it called? A mamzer, because your father had sex with a heathen woman. No, if your father had sex with a heathen woman and gave birth to a child, that child is an Israelite. Period. You people need to stop making up things talking about mamzers, and you people don't know the definition of mamzer. It's through the father's house, man. Keep going.
The son of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok and Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. These be the families of Reuben.
Right, that's good. We just wanted to go into that right quick. What's that? What's that?
Numbers? Or 8:6?
Yeah, because we want to get into some of these the curses, because the Lord said that He needed them to let the children of Israel go, right?
And Aaron's.
Matter of fact, you might as well go up a little bit above that, just so you can kind of get into it. Maybe at 6 or 5 or something. Wherever you feel comfortable, if you feel like it makes more sense, like going into it. Because the thing is at 8, but you can start up earlier if you feel like it makes more sense to. Because we said we're gonna start in at 8. So if you want to go
8:6, so
you want to start. Where you want to start? 6. Instead of starting in at 8. What is it?
I'll go
5.
Yeah. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying,
Yahweh Bashem Yahweh,
saying unto Aaron, stretch forth thou hand with thy rod over the stream, over the rivers, and over the ponds.
Right, and then we got people in Israel saying that the Lord didn't do any miracles. The Lord, there's a group called One Body in Yahweh who said that the Lord didn't split the Red Sea. That He rebuked the nation, but He didn't. He did rebuke the nation, but He didn't split the Red Sea. But we're gonna what it say? Go ahead.
Over the rivers, over the ponds, and causes frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt.
So the Lord didn't allow frogs to come up? What about the frogs? One body? That didn't happen? Keep going.
And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt.
Right, keep going.
And
So that didn't happen? Keep going.
And the magician did so with their enhancement and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. The land of Egypt. The Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice upon or unto the Lord. The Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away frogs from me.
Man, basically beg the Lord or ask him for me that he could take these frogs away. Because this thing is crazy. Like, he's like, oh my God, these frogs, I bet you it stink. You know, people getting warts and, you know, because frogs piss and shit. They be pissing and shitting everywhere. And you got to think, I'm talking about thousands, maybe millions of frogs. Because you got to think, it said that Aaron did it, and then the so-called the magicians brought up frogs too. So you got frogs now on top of frogs. You know what I mean? So then Pharaoh's like, hey, look, talk to your God, tell him we'll let these people go. But the Lord said he's going to harden his heart. Keep going.
And for my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me, when shall I entreat for thee and for thou servants and for thou people, to destroy the frogs from thee and thou houses, that they may remain in the river only.
Right, yeah. So he prayed to the Lord that the frogs will just remain in the rivers only. Skip down a lot. Skip down a couple. Yeah, start at 22, I think. Gershon. No, land of Gershon. Yeah, that's the one.
And I will serve in the day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarm of flies shall be there, to the end thou.
Right. Hey, no swarm of flies. Not even the flies are freaking everywhere. But the Lord, this is how powerful the Lord is. He's gonna make it to where the land of Gershon, where the Israelites are at, which Gershon means a stranger, which goes back to that stranger, or you want to call what you want to say, Gentiles. So that goes back into that thing. So you know that where the Gentiles that the Lord was talking about are actually the Israelite. The land of Gershon means stranger or Gentile, basically. So where are the Israelites at? In the land of the Gentiles or the strangers, and where no flies are going to be. Go ahead.
And I will serve in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people will dwell, and no swarm of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest, now that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth.
Yeah, but you may knoweth that he's the Lord. Man, the Lord is powerful. That's powerful. Because flies like shit. Now, in the land of Gershon, the Israelites had cattle. You mean the cattle wasn't shitting? You mean the flies don't want to fly on those shit? So it's showing you the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That your cattle could be taking a fucking shit and the flies are not there. The flies are where your enemy's at. Right? Somehow you don't have a fly in you, and that's just a little insect, but that's showing you like the power to this thing, man. The power to Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. That's powerful, man. You gotta really meditate on that. Even though it's just a fly, and you're like, that's no, think about it, man. Like we were just talking about that earlier, about the little sticky paper thing for your flies and shit.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, people have the little sticky things for the flies.
And I will put a division between my people and thou people.
And you put a what?
And I will put a division between my people.
The Lord is putting a division, even now, He's putting a division between us and the rest of the world. Don't you get it? But the Lord, but like Moses said, the children, they do not want to hearken. Right? I got one. Right here, I got a precept. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them, nor to dwell in the land of Egypt. And that land of Egypt right now is modern day Egypt or spiritual Egypt, right? Which is America. Go into that. Was it Revelations 11 and 8? It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom. Yeah, no. Yeah, right there. Revelation right there. 11 and 8. Yeah.
Revelation 11 and 8. And there the dead bodies shall lie in the street of a great city.
Right. Who's dead body? Talking about you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Your dead bodies is talking about really your mind, right? Because it's talking about